couple minutes of time to express not only opinion of my own, but some facts and figures to you regarding your radio communication system. To hesitate any longer on this issue, folks, is putting at risk our 70,000 plus residents in this county. I entered politics back in 2000 with a goal to see that the public safety in Madison County was addressed as adequately as possible. I sat amongst some of you for 8 years, and you all know that my passion for that project and what it stood for and what it meant to me. With 40 plus years as a volunteer fireman, I've seen firsthand what occurs in the case of an emergency. It makes no difference whether it's a fire scene, a motor vehicle accident, a domestic dispute, etc. If the issue arises, help is needed, and it's needed immediately. First responders are the backbone of that call for help. Most of these responders are volunteers. A few more are paid, but that makes no difference to them. It doesn't diminish their concern for their friends or their community residents. They've all taken an oath to serve and protect the lives and property of all of them that they're responsible for, to keep them from harm's way. They do this without regard, in some cases, for their own safety. There are 23 fire departments, 14 EMS agencies, and 14 police agencies, all of which depend upon a successful alert from our communication center when that agency of someone's safety or instance occurs. That communication center is responsible for that alert so that these people respond as quickly as possible whenever a county resident has a need for help, and as effectively equipped to combat a given situation as possible. Effective communications between all parties is paramount to responding in a timely fashion, ready to assess the situation and resolve the ordeal, utilizing whatever means that takes to get the job done. Our current radio system, as most of you know, is 30 years old. Parts are not readily available to fix it. We literally operate right now by the seat of our pants, with a wing and a prayer. Estimates from surveys that have been conducted the last 9 years indicate that we've got adequate radio coverage in roughly 70% of Madison County. Now, by our 2000 census, population of Madison County is roughly 70,000 people. And I would assume to say it's safe that that number probably has increased. So that translates to 30% of our county being in jeopardy of not having adequate access to radio coverage at some point in time. That means 21,000 residents in Madison County are at risk if they're in need of some type of emergency services right now. And I would dare say that figure also will increase the longer we wait. Yes, this system does carry an extremely hefty price tag. There's no getting around that. And given the current economic systems, that makes it even more important. However, the cost of that program is not going to go down. The longer we wait, the higher that price tag is going to be. So I urge you to act now so that communication coverage and reliability will be greatly improved and the capabilities of those first responders is heightened. By implementing the new system that's been proposed, you will have a more effective means of communication to provide an adequate protection to all 70,000 plus residents, not just 49,000 of them. I would ask you all to ask yourself 2 questions. Is 70% effective coverage for the residents of your district good enough for them? If that need should arise in an emergency, a fire, an accident, or domestic disputes, also ask yourself, do I and my constituents reside in that 30% area where it's inadequate? Leslie, while being an elected official is never an easy job as it appears that some people think it might be. Having said among you, I know that you have, you will, and you are faced with difficult decisions every single time you step on the property. You are a voice for our people. But this difficult decision has a tremendous impact on all Madison County residents. This has to work, and at least in my mind, and hopefully yours, it's an issue time has come for actual implementation rather than second guessing. I urge you to act now before it is too late and the cost escalates even higher than that projected. I don't have a magic formula, folks, on what you put as the value of someone's life. But I would hate to be the one that would have to explain to someone who possibly has lost a family member that the reason may be because we second guessed.